Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make my high protein, low carb sweetbread. It is so delicious. It's like a sweet flatbread. It's not puffy, and it is one that the whole family loves. And even Zariah, who doesn't love a lot of the baked goods with sweeteners that are low glycemic, she likes it. So this is one that you're going to want to make. If you like sweet bread, put sweet in the comments. And I would like to know how you like to eat your sweet bread. Do you like to eat it when you drink coffee, when you drink tea? Do you like to have it as a snack or as a dessert or just alongside food? I like it not alongside food. I like it on the other times, especially with like coffee or tea. So good. So make sure you give me a thumbs up, hearts, share this video, save it so that you can find it later to make. It is absolutely delicious. Today's a little bit, a bit of a, this is Kylea. This is a, okay, Kylea, permíteme por favor. This is a gloomier day here. That's what I was going to say. This is a gloomier day. All right, so I am going to mix first my wet ingredients. So I'm going to take my 3 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and I'm going to, I melted those together in the microwave. 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. If you don't have coconut oil, just use 4 tablespoons of butter. It's the same quantity of fat in it, but I like to do I like that, how it is. But if you don't have coconut oil, no problem. Now I'm going to have a 1/4 cup of, this is monk fruit allulose. The brand is Impact. It's my favorite blend of low glycemic sweeteners. It's monk fruit allulose. Impact, I find it on Amazon. And then I'm going to use Swerve Brown, which is brown erythritol, like brown sugar. You can also use monk fruit brown, like Lakanto makes a monk fruit brown, or Sucrin does. I think that's the name of the brand. And I'm using 2 tablespoons of the brown, 2 tablespoons of the brown, 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of the regular. And I want to mix that until it's nice and creamy-ish. And actually, before I get it all the way mixed, I'm going to add 2 beaten eggs to this. 2 beaten eggs. If you like sweet bread, put the word sweet in the comments and tell me when you like to eat sweet bread. All right, so 2 beaten eggs, 2 tablespoons of brown sweetener, 1/4 cup of regular. You can use monk fruit, allulose, erythritol, stevia, or any combo. My combo is the allulose monk fruit by Impact. And you want to get this really well until it's like kind of creamy like this. Now, this is all our wet ingredients. So we're going to stop with this for the moment, and we are going to mix our dry ingredients. Not all of them, but part of them. So we're going to put 1.5 cups. This is 1.5 cups of almond flour with a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Tell me where you're watching from and how was it for you? We walked in the mist this morning. It's not raining right yet now. We went to the pool and the pool water was hotter than outside, but it felt really nice. A teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1/2 teaspoon, I'm going to double check that, but I think it's 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. Yep, 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. I'm going to make sure I give you the right quantities. 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. And we're going to mix these. And then we're almost ready to make our dough. Now this isn't a dough, like this is, we're gonna make, it looks like little cookies, but we're just making them into like circles. And we're gonna cook this at, I already have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. So I want to make sure I get this baking powder and the cinnamon throughout, obviously, and the salt throughout. Okay. What are you having for dinner tonight? What's your protein, your veggies, and your healthy fats? That's how we choose all of our meals. What is the protein in the veggie? And then what's the healthy fat that I'm going to use to cook it with? Now I have this ready to be mixed. And then we have just one more ingredient after that. So I'm going to take out the spatula because I'm going to need to, the whisk. I'm going to need to use the spatula instead. And I'm going to put all of this, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Put all of this in. And then I'm going to mix it. And then I'm going to add one more ingredient. Hello from Pennsylvania, Patricia. Thank you for saying hi. Hello, hello to Pennsylvania. This is my sweetbread. It is so delicious. It does, if you don't like cinnamon, just leave the cinnamon out. I really like the taste of cinnamon in bread. In anything, really, I like cinnamon. If you like cinnamon, put cinnamon, or put keep or leave if you would keep or leave the cinnamon. All right. I almost have it. There we go. Now you can see what it's like. And the last thing that we're adding is hibachi chicken and veggies. Yum. A cup and a half of shredded mozzarella cheese. A cup and a half of shredded mozzarella cheese. And I'm gonna mix this, and we're not melting this for this dough. We're just mixing it in. And then we're just gonna form some like kind of patty size circles on parchment paper on a baking sheet. All right, now I've got this. It's a little bit sticky, which is fine. So I'm gonna move some things around so I can make room for this. And then we're almost there. So I have my parchment paper on a baking sheet. And I am going to, I was gonna decide if I was gonna use a piece of, like a cookie, not a cookie, like a cookie scoop. But I'm just gonna get some water so I can use this on my hands a little bit. And I wanna make a little bit of a ball and then just make it into a flat, it's gonna expand. It's gonna like expand a little bit and a fat little pancake. You don't want it to be overly thin. It doesn't need to be like completely flattened out, but you don't want it to be just like a ball either. So this is it. This is the recipe. So these are gonna come out like little pieces of flat bread. They are soft, they're delicious, and you're gonna wanna try them. So make sure to heart, share, like this video so that other people can see that they can make a high protein, low carb bread. These might actually be a little bit too close together, but this is it. So it is, this part is a little bit messy on your hands because it's not a dough, so much of a dough, but it's enough of one that you can move it around. And the parchment paper is important so that it doesn't stick. You do want to cook it until it is golden, and I'm gonna tell you exactly. You're gonna do it like 7 to 9 minutes, and then you're gonna flip it, each one, and then you're gonna do another 7 to 9 minutes on the other side. And at 350 degrees. So if you put it down, you can probably even use the spatula to press it out. That would work too. And they will, like I said, they're gonna kind of go into each other a little bit, and that's okay. I always just take my spatula and break them apart. and then store them. These are ones that you could freeze and have like ready for the week, or you can just have them in the fridge or on the counter. They can be wherever. They'll be fully cooked and they'll be ready to eat. So make sure thumbs up, hearts, like, tell me where you're watching from, what you're eating tonight, and then how would you eat these? Would you eat them alongside some coffee? Would you eat them with some tea? Would you eat them as a snack, as a dessert? Lots of different ways. And they kind of just go by themselves. You could eat it with food, but they are sweet, which would be fine. I think for me, I would eat it. You could eat it for breakfast. That's another option. You could eat these for breakfast. All right, I'm probably gonna do 2 cookie sheets, and I have 6 made already, and I have maybe another 6. So I'm gonna do 2 cookie sheets just so that they don't go too close together. And now my hands are all sticky. So that's it from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.